Madness, darkness, evil.
Monsters and ghosts and stuff like that.
The mysteries of our world provide more questions than answers. But the answers to these questions about the mysteries can sometimes only be answered when we search
Beyond the shadows.
St. Gwallgof's Respite for the Perpetually Befuddled, where we stand tonight, was once a place of succour for the chronically fainting ladies of the Edwardian era. Some 100 years ago, that all changed in one mystery-laden night that caused the state to close the doors forever.
No one is sure what exactly happened, but legends speak of very small, very obnoxious monsters running through the halls during the witching hours, spooking the patients and annoying the doctors. None who saw these minuscule apparitions were ever the same.
That's right. And in this season, we're going to open up the doors of St. Gwallgof's for the first time in a century and see what we can find beyond the shadows.
Beyond the shadows.
Halloween is a special time at St. Gwallgof's School for Abominations, Monstrosities, and Sins Against Nature, a subsidiary of the Greater Cassidy Family Extremely Caring and Safe Places for Children, LLC. It's during the Halloween season that ghoulies and ghosties and multi-tentacled beasties participate in the Creepcathalon, a tournament of skill and daring designed to test the students' abilities to make people wet their pants. The winning team is granted the ultimate prize, the Bigfoot. It's made of chocolate. It's a big chocolate foot. Wow. You four have decided to form your own team this year, mostly because nobody else picked you for their team. I'm sure it was completely innocent, and for random reasons, it's not because nobody likes you. That's definitely not the reason. Headmaster Glinfin Vander Chastity stands before you all, raising his arms for attention. He's a tall, thin vampire dressed in a stylish suit and cape that he absolutely did not buy from Spirit of Halloween. His widow's peak is doing its best to hide his receding hairline, and the pancake makeup he's caked on his face looks almost authentic from across the room. He begins to speak. Ah, the children of the night! All of you shut the hell up! It's time for the official beginning of the Creepcathalon, blah! Every team has been given a task, and you must complete it before the night is up! These tasks will test your general creepiness and spookiness and all the other stuff. It's certainly not a chance for the faculty to get rid of a few of you that we don't like. Not at all. Blah! Now look upon your tasks, and may the best creatures win! And there's a poof of smoke, poof, and a scroll appears on the table before you. The words read, Procure Head Chef Hannibal's Turkey Baster. And don't let him catch you. But he's totally cool with you stealing his stuff. Just don't tell him we told you to steal it. It's part of the game. Signed, the headmaster. Kids all around you are reading their notes and already starting to plot what they're doing. And some of them get up from the tables and head out. The Creepcathalon has started. The race is on. The quest for the spookiest team has begun. Will you be the winners? Or will you? Or will you? And I'm pointing at the four of you now. You are all students at this magic monster school. And I'm throwing you right into it. Into the Creepcathalon. A 2 chest of baby spooking ability. You've been given your first task to steal the turkey baster from head chef Hannibal's kitchen. You're already falling behind.
Guys, I think that we should just get going. Everyone else is. Do you know where the kitchen is?
I don't know, but I think it's over there. Did you check? I can smell it.
Oh. I can't smell anything.
Oh my god, you're always so disgusting.
I got these 9 tongues.
Ugh, gross.
Gross.
Yeah.
He's going to be very popular in college, though.
That's what all the older kids say.
Ugh.
It's perfectly natural.
That's what I said.
Is it down the hallway somewhere?
Yeah.
Why don't you guys give me crafty rolls to see how well you know the layout of the school you're attending?
11.
7.
4.
4.
Well, it's a good thing. Jimmy, who are you playing tonight?
I am playing Harkle, the Snallygaster.
Well, it's a good thing Harkle the Snallygaster is there, because the rest of you would be absolutely lost. Harkle, you know for a fact where the kitchen is. It is right off of the Great Hall where you are right now, and there are 2 good ways that you know of to get there. You can either sneak behind the dais, where all of the faculty members are certainly not getting drunk on cider right now, or you can go through the kennels, which just so happen to be attached to the kitchen for no real reason that, anybody can really discern.
I want to see the doggies. I want to see the doggies.
I want to do a sneaky butt.
Carri wants to see the doggies. Tell me about who you're playing tonight, Carri.
I am Jay the Thunderhawk. I am a pots and pans kid.
Coming from the American Southwest, the Thunderhawk.
Yes, Thunderhawks.
Pots and Pan Kids, one of our new classes. They are kind of our answer to the Bard, except with a tinge of heavy metal and the Satanic Panic from the 80s. I guess think Eddie Munson from Stranger Things if he was a giant mythical lightning bird.
Na 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 na.
Exactly. Jay's still in the kennels. What about the other 2?
Yeah, I guess we can go that way.
I don't know. Something makes me feel funny.
I'd rather. I don't like it with the dogs. They tell me I can't eat them, and that's very sad.
I just want to pet them.
Yeah, let's go pet them.
Yeah, let's not eat them.
Why?
We're going to the kitchen.
Food.
Yeah, we could get something there.
Food. But the pup is a food.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to speak.
Harkle sounds hungry.
The doggies are delicious.
I wouldn't know.
Leave them outside and then you just go get them.
That's absolutely disgusting.
Okay.
Wow. No.
Maybe we should go the other way if he can't keep his 9 tongues in his mouth.
No, we can go by the doggies. It'd be okay.
Just keep them wrapped up, Tie them in a knot. Ashley, your character wants to pet the puppies. Tell me about her.
My character is Nighty, and I am a Mothman baby. And I'm really moody, and I'm 5.5.
Ooh, an older baby. All right.
I am.
She's so old.
Yeah, wow. She's a worldly Mothman.
I really am.
To the kennels it is, seems to be the consensus.
Fine, I guess.
It's so gross.
I'm starting to regret this.
Steve, you're playing Leonard the Frogman tonight, right?
I'm Leonard the Frogman. I'm a PI.
Is Leonard starting to use his deductive skills to find a different partner than the Snallygaster he got stuck with over there?
He's definitely having second thoughts.
There's got to be someone else I can team up with.
Oh, yeah.
The 4 of you stand or slither or fly or however you decide to get around off of your seats at the long tables, and you start to make your way through the hustle and bustle of kids all around you. It seems not everyone is going to the same place. You can kind of make out that some kids are running off in completely opposite directions. So it's a possibility that different tasks may have been given to different teams, which should make it a little easier, you hope. You won't necessarily have to fight against the crowds. However, before you can get out of the great doors, a group of older kids stands in front of you, blocking your way. And they've got their hands out, and the one in front has got all 6 of his arms crossed in front of his body. Well, I guess some of them might be legs, some of them might be arms. It's when you're a giant 6-foot-tall cockroach, it's tough to figure out which limbs are which. But his antenna hover in your direction, and in a buzzy voice he says, "You all have to pay the exit fee. 1 cookie each, or you're not getting out of here."
You look pretty good.
Do we know them?
This is Gregor and his gang. They are a bunch of big kids. They're bug kids. And they are one of the roving gangs of big kids who like to prey on the smaller kids. It's tough to know who's ever in Gregor's game because it's constantly changing. It's almost like Gregor and his bug game are going through some sort of metamorphosis on a regular baby. Yeah.
I'll say to him,
It's a literary reference, kids! Yeah.
I need to confer with my group.
and I'll turn my back to the cockroach kid.
You're gonna let him shut us down like this?
No way.
I'm so frustrated and I'm so tired of Gregor. I'm just so sick of it. I could scream.
You want me to eat him?
Yes. 100%.
Well,
Hey.
maybe I can flap my wings and screech and scare them away.
Oh.
I want Gregor to feel pain.
You know we're standing right behind you, right?
Shh, Gregor.
Right.
You smell really good.
Hey, I got this, guys. Hey,
Thanks, I've been using deodorant, and he raises all 6 of his arms.
Why do we have to give you cookies?
Because that's the cost of getting out of the Great Hall.
But why?
That's right, Gregor.
Yes, we said so.
Yeah.
Whatever, Gregor. You're gonna have to come get them.
I'm not understanding. Why?
Because that's what I want your cookies. And I have decided to arbitrarily put myself in front of this door for your cookies.
What's to prevent us from just, going around you?
Very good question.
We can do this! And then they all just step over to the side a foot. Or we can do this! And then they all
Run
step back
for
to
it,
the other
guys!
side.
Run!
Are you running, Steve?
I'm going.
Yeah, Jake.
Give me a nimble roll to see if you can fit through the crack as they all step to the lift.
I have a perk.
Oh, you gonna use it now?
I don't know. But I
You
also
can use your perk
have
once a break.
I also have I have a nifty fedora that gives me +1 to any skill when meeting a new character.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this would technically be a new character for this game, so you could. You've got your fancy hat. That works all the time. Yeah.
I'll Indiana Jones it with my fancy
right.
hat and add +1. See if I can get past. And you said it's a what kind of roll?
It's a nimble roll.
Nimble. Oh, that's awesome because my adventure is horrible. And I rolled a 6 + 2 + 1 is a 9.
Where'd that +2 come from?
That's my adventureness.
Oh, so I'm sorry. Okay. Oh, yes, you're right.
Yeah.
Math is hard for me in the numbers.
Well, we made all these numbers so small.
That's why we made the numbers so small, mostly so that I wouldn't have to go past 10.
When we started getting 11s, he didn't know what to do.
I don't know what to do. I was like, you win, I guess? I don't know. It's 2 1s. Leonard gives a little tip of his hat, whoop, and Frog hops right over the bugs, and they just watch him sail. They're distracted watching him jump right over. Anybody else going for it?
Jay's right behind him.
Yes.
All right. Give me nimble rolls, you two. Or whoever's making a run for it.
1.
What's your adventurousness score, Ashley?
5.
So that's your nimble is 6 altogether? Okay.
I got a 9.
No problem for the Thunderbird. Woof! You give them a little brush and with your wings, and they all get... They're giant bugs. They have basically exoskeletons and not much else inside of them.
Go, bam, bam, bam!
Flap right through. Nighty Night, you try to do the same. Moth wings are not as powerful as a giant condor wings, so it's more of a gentle breeze, and they just turn their attention back to you. And they figured out maybe if we fan out so that now we're blocking all the entrances. We are learning. We are transforming.
I feel like I at least covered them in moth dust.
Hoochie! Oh, it's portentous.
Harkle is not very nimble, so he's not even going to make an attempt. He just kind of looks around like, no.
So Harkle and Nighty Night, you are on one side of the bug kids. Leonard and Jay, you were on the other side, and Gregor's got 5 kids with him, and he motions 2 of them to go after you 2. Make sure you get 2 cookies from each of them. And 2 of the bugs, a giant centipede and a giant fire ant, turn around and they're facing the 2 of you. So there's three bugs facing Nighty Night and Harkle, and the other 2 are facing Leonard and Jay.
Unbeknownst to them, I have been screeching my feet on the floor, building up my electricity, and the first one that comes at me, I shock.
He goes, ow! Kind of looks at you. Kind of hurt.
Stay away or it'll get worse.
Oh, well, it was unpleasant. I don't know that it hurt, but I certainly don't want you to do it again.
Oh no, now they're just gonna be mad.
She shocked me. Just
Come on.
shock me.
Come on, guys. I'm trying to create a distraction.
I'm feeling very distracted right now. Like, look at the... Do we have hairs? I don't know, giant bugs. Look at these things right here on my arm. They're all raised up. My like feelers, my antennae.
Yeah, food.
All right, Sling Blade, what's your plan?
I'll take a look around and I say,
hey, look.
And I'm going to try to trick him.
The other bugs, they said that we could go through this time, so I talked to him. He was your captain, and he really liked Bob here.
And I'll look back at my abomination, and it's like just stacks of, you're not even sure what it is. It looks like the stuff that would be in Vienna sausages, between the sausages, and it's just like stacks of that.
Oh, so it's not even the sausages themselves. It's like
the coagulated.
It's the
it's like, and I have a leash on it, and I'm dragging a leash, and it's just sliding wet across the floor behind me. And then it's got 2 little holes poked in the front of it for eyes.
Does it actually see, or is it just a glob of meat that you poked googly eyes into?
I'll leave that up to you to decide. It appears that the collar itself should just slide right through, but it moves with me as I pull. So, and as I pull it over, I'll be like,
"That's right, Bob. Come on, you can pet him."
Does he leave like a little slime trail behind as he goes?
It's about 1.5 feet, 2 feet wide. Yeah,
but yeah, your boss really liked Bob.
These are giant cockroaches, and they're actually okay with piles of coagulated meat. And the two of them lean over with their mandibles, and now there's just the Snallygaster and the two giant cockroaches just all staring at this pile of meat.
I look at the moth baby and I like tilt my head to the side, like go.
And then I run really, really fast.
In the meantime, I'm just like trying to reposition myself as they're like petting the meat and the other side of them. And I just
all right,
say,
give me a cool roll to see if you can reposition without getting caught.
Cool? Okay, I can do cool. That's going to be a 9 on a 6 roll.
That'll do it. They're enamored by your meat.
It's time to go, Bob.
And 2 cockroaches are looking at the scorch mark on one of their arms, and the other 2 are slathering over the meat monster, and the 4 of you manage to get by while they're distracted without having to pay up your cookies. So good job, team.
Woo!
Yes! I don't give away cookies for free.
No way.
I do. No.
I don't mind what.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it, Jimmy. I feel like I have to take a second to translate in my head whenever you're cool.
That's my point. I'm hoping that sometimes you can't understand me and you make stuff up. You guys are more than welcome to just make stuff up.
Yeah, I thought so too. Yeah. So you're standing in the hallway and there are groups of kids all around you. And they are already obviously trying to figure out their own part of the Creepcathalon. Some of them are knocking over suits of armor. Some of them are banging on random rocks in the walls. You see a couple of kids climbing on the ceiling, pulling down the tapestries. They might just also just be rioting and wrecking the place. It's tough to say. But, Harkle, you know how to get to the kennels from here. Your 9 tongues kind of sniff the air and you can get the scent of animal, non-student animal, coming from down the hallway. So it could be very well a case of follow your tongues. They know the way. And are we going to the kennels?
Harkle, what are all your tongues doing? Which way is it?
It's this way.
It is. And we're down the hall, away we go.
Smell the food. Getting closer.
Eventually, you can all start to smell the kennels. There's that smell of wet animal that's not coming from the Snallygaster. It's a different kind of pungent animal. And the door of the kennel is closed in front of you. It's a big wooden door with a curved archway. And there's hay and tufts of animal fur kind of under the cracks of the door and in the seam between the door and the door frame, as if like a gerbil exploded and they closed the door before all the pieces got out, which could have been. But it looks pretty uninviting, especially for anyone who has feathers and or fur. Leonard, you should be fine having either.
Yeah.
Is there a lock or anything, or it's just shut?
Just shut. From behind.
Can any of us reach the handle?
Yeah, the 5.5-year-old definitely could. She's a giant.
I could also just fly up to it, too.
Just fly up to it, too. Yeah, all that height is wasted on you.
It is. I could just fly.
Nighty Night, do you think you could get up there?
I think I could. I'm gonna try. I don't know though. It does sort of look scary in there, and I'm kind of getting nervous. But I'll do it. But I'll do it.
Yeah, open the door.
Okay.
All right.
You see ropes of like drool coming down from the Snallygaster's mouth as he's like wringing his claws together, like.
I don't know what's worse, what's behind the door or what's on your side.
Right.
All right, so give me a brainy roll there. No, actually, no, you're trying to fly up?
Yeah, I'm gonna fly.
Give me a muscly roll.
All right.
Your wings aren't at their full Mothman status yet. Yeah.
1. I don't get my full wings until I'm 7. Oh.
Only 5.5.
So I get a 6.
All right. Nighty night, you flap those little wings of yours and you get a couple inches off the ground and you just got a hand on the doorknob.
And every single time I fly, everything is absolutely covered in moth dust.
Just, the rest of you were sneezing and coughing.
Disgusting.
There's just visions of a horrible bridge accident for some reason. You don't know what the cause of that is. Look it up, kids. You grab a hold of the doorknob and you get it, and it's a latch, and your wings give out just as you get hold of it.
No.
So the doorknob comes open because you hold on for long enough. But it slips out of your grasp and you fall on your butt, and you're going to take one ouchie. But the door goes just a little bit, and the squawking, barking, meowing, clucking, winking gets louder. And massive feathers and fluff just kind of.
I don't think this is a very good idea.
Exactly. It sounds like that.
That was accurate.
I didn't even have to put that sound effect in.
That's some good Foley work right there.
Right, that was good. Thanks, Kiku.
That's Kiku. She's all worked up about something.
Well, I think she knows what's going on in the kennel side. I'd be probably worked up a little bit too.
Leonard, since you don't have fur or feathers, do you want to hop in there?
Yeah, sure, I can hop in. Yeah. Try to contain Harkle.
Frog puns! We're making frog puns! All right. Leonard, you push open the door, and we're going to go to a break. Hey there, Boddlers. It's Jason from Even Footing Games. They asked me to do a spooky ad about Anchor FM, and the spookiest thing I can think of is not knowing what Anchor FM is! If you haven't heard of Anchor by Spotify by now, it is the easiest way to make a podcast, and it's got everything you need all in one place. Anchor's got tools that allow you to record and edit your podcasts right from your phone or computer. And when you host on Anchor, you can distribute your podcast on listening platforms like Spotify or Apple Podcasts or any of your favorite podcasting apps. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place, and best of all, it is free. So go to anchor.fm or download the Anchor app today to get started. Boo!
Welcome back to Beyond the Shadows.
We hope that ad break gave you a chance to catch your breath from all of these mysteriously paranormal experiences we've been having.
Yes, like the big bugs.
Right. We saw some big bugs.
Quite big.
Mysteriously big.
But so far, no small shadow figures.
So far.
Stand in front of the kennel, and Leonard, being the only non-feathered, non-furred one amongst you, has agreed to hop on over and open that door. Leonard, you put your frogman hand against the door, with your webbed fingers sticking ever so slightly, and you push open the door, and as you push open the door, the sounds of animal shrieks and calls and cries get louder. The cacophony of feathers and fur comes flying out like a whirlwind. And in the middle of the room, surrounded by animal cages, is a huge man in a leather apron. And he's got a pig in one hand and a big knife in the other. And he looks at the four of you and he says, "Hey, what are you kids doing in here? You're not supposed to be in here after dark."
That looks good.
And everybody is going to make a Nopes roll. Nopes are a new kind of damage we have in Davies and Broadswords, this is a new mechanic. What nopes are? You all started at 10 nopes, correct? Or eight nopes, correct?
He knows the rules. He wrote the game.
8. Yeah.
8 notes. You need to roll your d6 dice twice, and you want to roll below the 8.
3.
That was the total?
No, that was the first one.
Oh, that was the first one. Okay.
6. That was the total.
6 is the total? Then you're good.
I got a 6 also.
Carri's good. Nighty Night and Jay are good.
4.
4 total for the Snallygaster.
1 and 3.
How'd Leonard do?
1 and a 2, so 3.
Non-phased are all of you little ones. I guess you see men wearing bloody...
I don't know if that's good or bad.
I guess you see large men wearing bloody aprons and holding livestock and butcher knives all the time, which...
I have a big brother and he plays lots of video games and I've seen probably too much.
I've read about it.
Looks like he's holding dinner.
Yeah, exactly. How are you supposed to get desensitized towards the violence if you don't constantly watch the violence?
I feel fine now.
So he's just holding... He puts the pig down on the table and he slams a knife thunk, into the butcher block, and all the animals go riled up. I told you kids you're not supposed to be in here in the kennel after dark. What do you think you're doing in the kennel after dark?
Now, who are you?
Me? I'm Mo. I run the kennels. Why are you in? You're not supposed to be here.
We're going to the kitchen.
Food.
Oh, no. Head chef doesn't like kids in the kitchen. I can't do that. I can't let you help do that. That'd be a problem.
Food.
But Count so-and-so sent us to get the turkey baster.
Count? The Count told you, the headmaster? Yeah, no, he wouldn't have told you to do that. Yeah, that's, no, he didn't, no, I don't think so.
Yes, he did. He said, go get the baster, first one. First one back wins.
You got a lot of tongues, kid. You need all of those?
Yes.
You sure? Looks like you could maybe spare a couple.
Harkle, stay away from him.
Yeah, you should probably leave him out of it.
No, I'm just kidding. I do, it could help me with the project that I got. Actually,
What kind of project is it? Crafty?
Yeah, it's kind of crafty. You do crafts?
It depends what kind of crafts.
Hey, come in. I'll show you. I got plans. Let me show you my drawings.
No. I don't think that's a good idea.
No, I'm not following you. Everything I've learned is don't do that.
I'll take a look. Oh. Yeah, let's see them.
If you help me out, I'll let you into the kitchen.
If you tell me you have candy, I'm leaving.
What?
Yeah.
I have dog biscuits. Why would I have candy here? You like dog biscuits?
Yeah.
Look, you crafty girl, tongue boy, come look at, see if you can help me out here. I've got a project. I'm trying to figure out how to do this.
Leonard, what do you think? Should we let him go in?
You can all come in. I don't care. Just you come in and close the door. You're letting all the good air out.
I'll reach back and grab the door, pull it closed slowly.
He pulls out a notebook and he's flipping through it. And he holds it out in front of him. And he goes, I'm trying to make a friend. I want to make a dog boy. But I'm not sure if I should put a dog head on a boy body or a boy head on a dog body. And sure enough, there's a picture of a dog with a boy's head and a boy with a dog's head. I want to teach him how to fetch my slippers, but also put them on. So I don't know if it's better to have the dog head to get the slippers and the people fingers to put them on, or if I should get the people fingers. And I'm not sure which. What do you think, craft girl? Would you put a dog's head on a boy's body or a boy's head on a dog's body?
I think that I would put, the boy's head on the dog body. because I think it will be cuter that way, and I feel like that's kind of important. Is that the right answer?
That's a good point. I wasn't thinking aesthetically. That's a good, yeah. Maybe we should put you might have something there. Where am I going to get a boy and a dog? Where am I going to get a boy and a dog?
There's all kinds of dogs in the kennels.
Good point. Now I just need a boy. Where can I get a boy?
No boys here.
Mostly just thought Snallygasters and moth babies and...
You sure you need all those tongues?
I've had enough of that. I'll eat you.
You know, Lady Chastity's is right across the street.
Can't go across the street. I gotta get boys here. Actually, you know what? Screw that. Maybe I'm not quite ready for putting a boy's head on a dog's body anyway, but I need to do some practice. What if you could help me with this, though? And he pulls out a bucket of fur and he slams it in front of you. As you look a little closer, it's actually tails. It's skunk tails and fox tails and monkey tails. It's just a whole bunch of tails.
That's the problem. Here's the problem. You already ate all the good parts.
Actually, you ate all the good parts, kid. But no, I have all these tails here, and I want to see, before I waste a dog by putting its body on a boy's head, I want to see if I can put one of these tails on someone and get the tail to start moving again.
Good idea.
Anybody want a tail?
I already have one.
Well, anybody want to help find somebody who wants a tail?
I got these nice tail feathers. I'm good.
You want 2 tails?
I'm too delicate. I couldn't possibly.
Frog.
No,
You're the only one without a tail.
No, I'm good.
He's good for getting a tail, he said.
Somebody better find me somebody who wants a tail, or you're not getting in through the kitchen. He picks one out and starts wagging around. All I know is right now I want to put this tail on somebody.
You know what?
It's just flopping all around.
You gotta put it on me.
Wait.
I can put this.
I use another tail.
You sure? I can put the tail on you?
Are you sure?
Maybe do 2.
I don't know about this.
I'm gonna put 2 tails on you.
2 is better than 1.
And you've already got 1. Wouldn't that be ostentatious?
He has 9 tongues.
Yeah, about that. We can circle back to that 9 tongues thing again later. But all right.
Maybe he wants 9 tails. Do you want more tails?
I mean, I've got 9 tails in here. We could do it if you want. If you are willing to help me with my project, I will put a tail on you right now.
Let's start with 1.
He rubs his hands together in this maniacal glee.
I turn my backside and just kind of put it
right next to the other.
Do you have any preference? Bushy, prehensile?
Skunk?
No.
I have this nice skunk one.
You got a dragon tail.
A dragon tail? No. I have
a giant.
A Gila monster. I mean, it's like a little dragon.
That'll work.
Okay, now this will probably hurt a whole bunch.
And he takes the tail and he puts his back to the 3 of you, and you just hear a and then a ka-chunk, 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 and there's just bits and stuff flying all over the place.
This isn't sanitary.
It's not sanitary at all. And after a moment, he stops and goes,
That's a pretty good tail. What do you think, everyone?
And it's basically he's taken the tail and it looks like he's just kind of duct taped it to the side of Snallygaster's leg. So it's just kind of like flopping out on the side. That's a good looking tail right there.
Yeah.
I think it looks Fabulous.
I'd say that experiment was success. Why don't you go swish it around a little bit for us?
I'll do some like swish back and forth, try to strut my stuff.
Harkle, it does in fact feel like you think you actually could swish this tail just by itself. Like the more you're moving around with it, the more it actually feels like.
I'll start to sashay with it, see how it works.
Yeah. After a while, you start getting them both going. They're crisscrossing each other, and your two tails is like, oh, that's very impressive. Mo is taking notes. Successfully grafted Gila monster tail onto Snallygaster. Next step, boy head on dog body. Right over the dog head on boy body. We want a dog head would be cuter on the boy body?
100%.
Little Mothgirl? Yeah, okay. Gotta find a boy.
I have a better idea. Have both. A boy head and a dog head.
And just swippy swap him?
Just
on the same body?
Yeah.
Yeah, on the same body, yeah.
Yeah.
A two-headed boy dog?
Yeah.
That's unnatural.
Yeah.
I love it. He rips pages out of his notebook. And I would need an extra trapezius right here, and he's making notes to himself. He reaches over and just kind of pushes at the door behind him. The kitchen door goes, "Hey, you kid, go on back. I'm busy here. Don't let the monkeys out."
That's and the important and see when I don't food.
Let's go.
Hey, Jimmy, your extra tail is going to actually give you +1 to nimble because the balance helps you roll. But it's going to give you -1 to adorable because
I'm already weird.
You're even more of a freak of nature than you were before.
Got it.
And Dr. Mo, an island unto himself, goes back to his experiments as you enter the kitchen.
My duct tape tail.
And close the door behind you.
Doesn't look that bad. I kind of like it.
I actually really
It's growing on you.
Literally.
Yeah, exactly. You might even be able to take the duct tape off someday.
Harkle Two Tails.
Harkle Two Tails. The kitchen is dark, except for some low, the low emergency light type deal that they have. So you can make out shapes here and there. The two things you're immediately drawn to, though, is a giant pie plate, about 3 feet diameter. The pie the crust top is on top of it, but it hasn't been baked yet. It's like they just molded it and slapped it over. So they're probably going to bake it in the morning. And next to it, on the opposite table, is what looks vaguely like a turkey, like a Christmas Thanksgiving turkey, if turkeys were 7 feet tall and weighed about 200 pounds. And sure enough, there is a baster lying right next to it. So you got this giant pie and this giant raw bird.
I'm sticking my tongues into the pie.
Ooh.
Immediately. All 9. Bleep.
All 9. Ah, gross.
Nothing strange about this pie, I'm sure.
Snally, I'm going to need you to give me a straight precociousness roll.
Straight precociousness.
Yes, sir.
That'll be an 8.
Something grabs your tongue. And then the other tongue. And then the other tongue. And it yanks.
I yank back. Ooh!
Jimmy, you're going to take 2 tummy ache damage as this thing grabs on your tongue. Something is in the pie.
Good.
And it's got a hold of Harkle's tongues and it's not letting go.
Oh! And there's just drool coming out. Does it taste good at least in there?
I mean, the crust isn't bad, but whatever's in the pie,
not the best.
A little tangy.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. Nutty. Not unpleasant. But...
I'm going to fly over and slap it to try and free the tongues.
Slap the pie?
Slap the pie?
No, slap what's grabbing the tongues. Slap the pie. Slap the whatever's grabbing the tongues.
The pie's a mimic.
So you're just going to hit the pie crust? All right. Give me a muscly roll there.
All right, muscly. 6.
Nighty-night, slap that pie. You do. Thump. Just come over, and your hand sinks through the unbaked pie crust, and something grabs your hand. So now you are stuck to the pie as well.
Oops.
And it feels, the two of you feel as if you're being pulled into the pie.
It smells really good. Could somebody help?
The other two are just like, nah. Both of you give me beefy rolls real quick, the ones of you who are stuck inside the pie, or being pulled into the pie.
Beefy, you say?
8.
7.
Nighty, your hand goes, as you pull yourself out, your hand out of the pie. Harkle, you are still stuck in the pie, and it's pulling you closer. You're at the point now where your snout is up against the pie crust, and it's starting to pull you into the pie.
Guys, you have to help. I'm not sticking my hands back in there again.
So Jay is going to fly up, and she has a pot, because she's a pot and pan
Yes,
kid.
she does.
And she is going to go bam, 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 and see if she can beat it and make it let go of Harkle.
She's going to hit it with her pot?
Yes.
All right, give me a muscly roll and then add +1 because you're using a big cast iron pot to bang on the top of the pie pan.
So I got an 8.
Jay, are you just taking your pan and just banging it on top of the pie?
Yes.
And it's like, and she's singing, "We're not gonna take it," and she slaps his top of this pie over and over again. Harkle, give me another beefy roll. Give yourself a +1 because the grip is loosening.
That'll be an 8.
You yank back. Your tongues come loose. Whatever is inside the pie lets go. And you slam back against the countertop.
Pie filling crust and drool go everywhere.
And there's these little hands reaching out of the top of the pie. And you just hear, "Help us! Help us!" And the pie like forms back, so the crust goes back to its perfect state, like it was never touched in the first place.
Okay, guys, that's really weird. But while I was up flying, I did catch the turkey baster with my feet before I land back on the ground.
Oh, how convenient! You just happened to grab it, huh?
I did.
Give me a guile roll, you sneaky brat.
6 + 2 is 8.
You brat. All right. Jay does, in fact, grab the baster as she flies over. But there is a rumbling coming from the table where the baster once sat. The rumbling of, I don't know, maybe a giant raw ostrich sitting up and standing on his 2 drumstick legs. Guys, that giant turkey thing, whatever it was, apparently it wasn't as dead as you thought. Maybe Chef Hannibal hadn't had a chance to deliver the final blow, but there is now a giant raw bird.
Does it have a head?
No, it's the carcass. It's dinner.
It's been repultrified.
It's been repultrified. It jumps off the table and lands with a thud. And even
Jay can't even take it. She just starts screeching and flapping and has no idea what's happening.
Could be a thunderbird. You don't know. It's about your size, give or take. Jay, give me a nopes roll. Remember, it's the 2d6 and you're adding up the numbers.
Oh, 2. 7.
You're still good. You're still good. You're freaking out, but you're keeping it together. Everybody, roll me a taking turns roll. Everybody roll a 1d6.
6.
6 as well. Oh, that's
3.
been high.
6.
No way.
3 6s.
You guys are going to have to rock, paper, scissors this one out.
Okay. 1,
2, 3, shoot.
I got 2 scissors and paper. Ashley, you're out.
All right.
Okay. And then 1, 2, 3, shoot.
All right, Steve. It's going to go Steve, and then Jimmy, and then Ashley, and then the turkey corpse, and then Jay. All right. This thing has jumped off the table, and its wings are kind of moving behind it. And even though it doesn't have a head anymore, where its head once was, you kind of get the impression of it sniffing around. Think if the Velociraptor kitchen scene in the first Jurassic Park, except it was Sunday dinner instead of a Velociraptor. What does Leonard want to do first?
I'm thinking of using one of my class abilities.
That's what they're there for.
Yeah, so I'm thinking Leonard sees this and like
it's
dressed. It's
like plucked. It's ready to go in the oven. Yeah.
I like hop into its body cavity and I just start rubbing. So I have this class ability, conjuncta eyeball gunk. And and I just start rubbing my goopy eyeballs all over the inside of this bird. And yeah, that's going to be my attack.
Is it an automatic damage or is it based on a successful attack?
No, it says on a successful attack.
Okay.
Cause 2 additional tummy aches. For 2 cookies, that's the cost.
Okay. So I'm going to call just a precociousness attack since you are attacking with your conjunctivitis.
Okay.
With your pink eye, yeah.
All right. 4.
That's all right, because the turkey's got a 2. The turkey is not what you would call precocious. It's a big thing of meat. All right, so you're going to do... You do 6 points of Tony 8 damage right off the bat. There's just this... You literally see Leonard hop inside the bird and hop back out after a moment. And he's just... His face is just covered in stuffing and turkey gunk and who knows what else.
You should have seen what I left.
You should see the inside of the other guy. But this...
No.
If turkeys could look nauseous, especially plucked cooked ones, that's how this one would look. If it had eyes, it would have a nasty case of pink eye right now.
Is it like beating itself, trying to get rid of the frog inside of it?
But it's got no arms. It's got these chicken wings. It's like trying to shake itself out. Like, Jimmy, what's Harkle gonna do? After this impressive display from the Frogman, from the Loveland Frogman.
I was gonna eat that.
I wouldn't now.
I am going to, it's alive! Oh, nope, I was wrong. So, I'm going to attempt to bring alive yet another one of my creations with Bob, my abomination.
Mm-hmm.
But instead, really, it doesn't work, so I try to get Bob to do something, and I just fling him at the monster here. Yes.
So it's just a meat-on-meat attack.
It's a meat-on-meat attack. Not very good. I got a 6 total.
What's your attack roll? What are you rolling with?
I'm a precocious baby, so...
That's a precocious? Okay.
Yeah.
Got a 6?
6 total, yeah, not very good.
That's a 4 for the turkey boy. So you're actually going to do... And
That's 2 cookies.
Does It's Alive do any extra damage, or does it does it cause any status effects?
It gives 1 round of grossed out.
What grossed out means is he'll take an extra point of tummy ache damage anytime he's hit. So if you successfully attack, he'll do some extra damage as long as it's precociousness-based damage. Yeah, as long as you're causing tummy aches. But that's going to bring it around to Nighty Night. You are up. The giant turkey it looks nauseous. It looks somehow like it has pink eye, even though it doesn't have a head. But it is squawking mad.
All right.
And it's just kind of, it's barreling its way through the kitchen.
Okay, so I fly up And I'm going to grab the pie because it seems like there's something really dangerous and hurty in there. So I'm going to throw the pie at it and hope whatever's in there bursts out and saves everybody.
All right, I want this to be an adventurousness attack, but I like that you're using the pie, so give yourself +1 to the roll.
All right.
Actually, no. Wait, take it out. Make this a precociousness attack.
All right.
Because you're being smart about it. Yeah, and give yourself a +1. Yep.
All right, so I've got 6, 11.
Holy cow.
Go, Nighty Night.
Nighty Night.
You got this.
Flies over. And you're just grabbing the pie and flipping it, or how you gonna pick it up and...
Flying over, dust everywhere. I pick up the pie and I just fling it at the bird, and whatever's inside releases out and hopefully attacks.
As the pie is flying through the air when Nighty Night tosses it, these little grabby hands shoot out, and then the bits of pie crust start flinging off. And before you know it, there are 6 or 7 little gremlin-y looking goblin kids all holding on to the edge of the flying pie pan as it flies through the air. You know, their faces wide open, and they see the turkey thing coming towards it as they're flying through the air, and the pie pan is tipping over. And one of them yells, "Brace for impact!" And the pie pan hits the turkey, and the goblin kids start like piranhas.
Devouring
They just crawl out and just take all of the flesh right off the bone of this giant turkey. And then they sit there inside their little pie pan, just kind of picking their teeth with the turkey bones. And one of them starts to blink and rub his eyes. And then the other one starts to blink and rub his eyes. And they're looking at each other, and you can all see their eyes just getting puffier and redder as they spread the pink eye around from Leonard's attack. But they look at
conjunctivagus.
They've all got the conjunctivagus. But the leader, after they finish the turkey, they grab up all the bones. He snaps his fingers, and they all go back into the pie crust, into the pie tin, and the crust like magically forms back around. And so now the pie is sitting on the floor, and the turkey is nowhere to be seen.
I'm shocked.
What just happened?
I don't even know what to say.
I'm glad I wasn't in there when that happened.
Guys,
I don't feel...
I think we should get out of here.
Let's just walk away like nothing ever
That's
happened.
right. You got it.
I got it.
Let's go. I'm not hungry anymore.
I don't think I'll ever be hungry again.
Do we go back through the kennel? Or can we go the other way?
There is a door out the other side of the kitchen.
Let's go the other way. I won't go back with that guy. I'll get another tail.
Harkle, use your tongues. Which way?
Let's go the other way.
Who's got the turkey baster? Jay, do you still have it?
I do.
Cradling it close, your hard-fought turkey baster. The 4 of you head out of the kitchen, and you find yourself back in the Great Hall. To your right is the wall of the hall, festooned with tacky plastic spiders and that really obnoxious cobweb stuff that you always tell yourself you're going to ball up and save again for next Halloween, but you never do. They even have a couple of those giant 12-foot skeletons that they were selling at Home Depot a couple years back that nobody can get anymore. To your left is a bunch of chairs on a dais, a bunch of high-backed chairs facing away from you. And you can recognize the backs of the heads of some of the professors and some of the teachers at school. You've come in behind the headmaster and the other professors who are still sitting there, probably on their 5th glass of teacher juice of the evening, and they haven't heard you come in from the back door.
We should be very quiet. Let's go this way.
Just act casual and cool. We're here. It's okay.
Okay.
So you guys are acting cool. You're just like, hey, this is where we're supposed to be. I'm gonna need some cool rolls. And hey, what's up, everybody? What's up, you cool cats?
Ooh, 5.
5 as well.
4.
I got 5, 5, 4. How about the Frogman?
6 plus 5, 11.
Ooh, where's a cool character?
So cool.
Leonard, you just start walking past, and the teachers kind of notice you all, and they look past, and you're just tipping your hat. How's it going?
Hi.
Like, oh.
Hi, how you doing?
Hello, student. Hello, student. And then they sober up enough once you're gone to realize that wait a second. You're not supposed to be back here.
Neither are you.
Aren't I? No, I'm a teacher. I can go where I want.
Drinking
What
the
are you?
teacher
What are you
juice.
doing back there?
Walking.
Okay. Carry on then. And he
All right.
turns back around.
Walking.
That was easy.
Okay.
How does the Snagglegrasser get away with that?
Rolled real low. I mean, it just happens. The headmaster does crane his head around back his chair. Hey, you three, you're supposed to be doing the scavenger hunt, not sneaking around back here. Blah, what are you doing?
We thought there was a clue out here.
Go Creepcathalon.
Got
What?
it.
What? You got the chef's turkey baster?
Got it.
And you didn't get eaten or turned into a dog puppy boy
We
thing?
didn't eat
So
the
I-
bun either.
Yeah, Jay has it right here.
I told you it wouldn't work.
I pull the baster out of my wing and show it to him.
He reaches down and takes the baster. He sniffs it a couple times. It smells like children. This is the real deal. All right, kids, I guess you won the first challenge. Congratulations to, what do you call yourself, spooky kids?
Very excited.
Congratulations to the very excited team. Hooray!
Yay.
Bang on your pots of It's at that moment when the doors of the Great Hall bust open. And in runs another of the teachers. You recognize it through you can kind of see through under the table, through the dais from where you're standing. And you can see it's the head nurse, Igor. And he says, there's been a terrible thing that's happened. Someone has stolen the big chocolate foot.
No!
Oh no.
I want the foot.
As the first night of our investigation at St. Gwallgof's closes, we found more questions than answers.
Flickering shadows in the Great Hall, strange animal sounds and smells.
And this, a big clunky boot that seems to be completely covered in chocolate.
Dark chocolate, not milk.
Yes, very fancy.
Why would you cover a boot in chocolate?
Mysterious.
Hopefully, we'll find the answers to these puzzles on the next episode of
Beyond the Shadows. Thanks for listening. You can connect with us on social media at @evenfootinggames on Instagram and @evenfootinggg on Twitter. Even Footing Games Presents cast includes Ashley Arbaiza as Nighty the Mothgirl, Jason Cassidy as the Sitter, Steve Easton as Leonard the Frogman, Carri Hunter as Jay the Thunderhawk, Jimmy St. James as Harkle the Snallygaster. Additional voice acting by Hannah Davies and Chaz Swan. Editing by Aaryn Easton and Mike Ball. Even Footing Games' Babies and Broadswords, the book with all the rules, and Call of Cthulhu are available for sale at Amazon and on DriveThru RPG. This podcast is supported by our wonderful patrons. People like Robin Grauer, Tommy Thacker, Ryan Shreve, Debbie Seacrest, Rick Taylor, Marilise DeSico, Jim Levis, Alex and Gina Mulfinger, and Kathy Easton.